Welcome to this Porsche Cup guide at Watkins, Glen. Turn 1 is downhill, which means we will lose grip. You will need to start turning it earlier, trail brake to the apex, take a good amount of curb, and you can let this run pretty wide, but don't swing the car back to try to stay on track. You will lose all of the momentum going onto the straights. Sure, there is this little S sequence, but this is easy to negotiate flat. Don't use too much steering input so you don't scrub the speed. Use the full track, of course. As we approach the bus stop chicane, we need to start braking right in between that 400 and 300 board. Take a lot of curb, trail brake off of the brakes, just enough to slow the car down and to get the car rotated, but not enough to kill your speed. You're back on the power until we get to the next corner, which we're pretty much coasting through this corner until we get to this little road on the right. Then we're back on the power. And when I first learned this track, the reason why I struggled so much with this bus stop chicane, with these couple of corners, is because I was tensing my grip going into the bus stop chicane. If I did this, I would always spin. If you notice there's a corner in any track where you're spinning a lot, try the light hands technique. This is a coined term by Swelio Almeida. Check out his channel, it's way better than mine. But the forced feedback is really the only feedback we have in sim racing. So this basically means you loosen your grip, relax, let the wheel correct itself, and allow the force feedback to tell you what the car is doing and what it wants from you. So now let's watch the bus stop chicane with those same thoughts in mind. When you go over those huge bumps, those huge curbs, allow the car to make the corrections itself rather than you tensing up and trying to make the corrections, because this will always end in a spin. As I said, we want to kind of coast through this corner, get back on the power as we see this side road, let it run wide, but don't touch the grass. Then here, I really don't have a reference point, so practice this corner. You'll find out where you need to brake. It's not that difficult of a corner. Trail brake through it, late apex, back onto the power. Next corner, we brake at the 200 board, trail brake off quickly, but keep a little bit of brake pressure just for that extra bit of rotation without losing speed, and then back on the power. It's such a similar corner to the corner before, but since it goes uphill, you can get right back on the power aggressively, and you'll really want to focus that exit so you don't lose time on this little bit of straight that we have here. Next, brake at this little second to last board here. Carry as much speed as you possibly can through the corner. There's no straight, so don't worry about slow in, fast out. I don't have a braking point for this corner either, but this is a left-hander, which takes you uphill, which means you have a lot of grip, then levels off, which means you lose the grip. So a little bit more gingerly on the throttle here. Next corner, slight tap of the brakes, let it run wide just like turn 1, then quickly go back to that left side, hard on the brakes right at the end of the tire barrier, trail brake, back to the apex, then back on the power as soon as you touch the beginning of the curb. Do not touch the wall, and that, my friends, is a lap at Watkins Glen.